All right. So Alvin, do you see how this one didn't go all the way to the bottom? So I had to do another one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one, they didn't go all the way to the bottom. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking to a student, so I had to do another one, make sure it went all the way to the bottom. Now you have this, just put it to the side and let it dry. What, Marcus?
Huh?
What? What did you say?
I said I'm usually heavy.
Before that? No.
I said, why is this book so
Did you hear that too?
He said, why is his book so unusually heavy?
Okay. Got it.
What I do?
It's sure you be hearing stuff.
I don't know. Well, this picks it up too, so.
God, I'm gonna show you.
All right, so anyway, 5 across, crisscross, line. All right, this one, definitely make sure that you don't, oh, you know what? You can probably use this too. Look, all this puddle of water I have down here. This is the next page.
This is art. I start blowing.
That was wrong.
You gotta get really close though. If you're far away like this, look. Tanae, are you with us?
Art.
Drip on the book.
Anyway, so look, so you see if I'm far away, you see how it's not moving? Right? You need to get really close like this.
Okay, good, okay. That's good.
So this will be your page.
Oh my God, this is not working outside. It's not doing.
Man did not do that.
Mine don't look that nice, but
That's fine.
you need to finish this?
I'm trying to. I need more water.
Can you help him?
Mine is.
Man, no.
Oh, because you didn't have enough ink. So I dripped. That's all you dripped onto the paper? Good for you. Okay. So, yeah, it looks exactly like. All right, now, the only reason mine worked this way because it had a lot of ink. Now, bring yours over here. If yours is like Lanier's, you see how she doesn't have a lot of ink to start with anyway? You see how I had a lot more? So this is what you're going to do. Do you want me to do a demo on this? Okay. Raise your hand if you just don't have a lot of ink to work with. Look over here. Or some of you guys still working on it, you don't know that you need it. Okay. So all you need to do is remember that puddle of ink that you created? Okay, just put some here. How about 3 drops of ink. Turn it. Put another. Turn it. Another. Turn it. And that's good. Now, if you wanted to make a prettier design, put it in between. Put it in between. So then you can make it look like an explosion.
We making magic. That's nice.
There, I think it says that you need to make 2 different types. I'm going to show you. Oh yeah, that was Air 1. Air 1 is making. I should change this. It's supposed to make like a, it needs to come from the center and go to the edge of the paper. So Marcus, make sure that it looks like this. It kind of like starts in the center and it goes out.
Oh, mine doesn't have a center.
Well, you can add to it. So just pick one and then see if you can try to create a floral shape. Okay. Now the next one to this is, watch. You need to make sure, see if you can have them like crisscrossing. I'm going to get more water. Okay. Maybe like put some ink on here like the length of your thumb. Like this. And then have it go that direction and then turn it. Maybe the length of your thumb a couple of times. Okay, now they're gonna have to crisscross like that.
No, not off the table. What are you doing?
Ah, you were right, girl. Okay.
Don't start all over.
Please tell me your art teacher.
Keep going. Practice. Now you keep to look. She started like over twice.
And with the spot.
You're supposed to put an X on it if you don't want me to look at it.
Right? Okay. So if you feel lightheaded, it's because you don't have enough water on there. Which one did you do? Okay, can you add more water to it?
Why?
Okay, it needs to start here.
This is decent. It went somewhere.
You need to have one that starts in the center. So look, watch. It's important that you have something that starts in the center. I'm going to add more water to this. So look, put it in the center. Okay? Turn the paper. Put some in the center. Turn the paper. Put it in the center. Turn the paper. Put it in the center. Okay? That's it. Now, if you have time, I want to make it a little prettier. Look. Now you put it in between. Got it? Gonna mix it. Okay, let's do that.
Wait, isn't that the one we just did?
Yeah.
Just make it shorter.
I do like what Isaiah made. He made something that looked like crowns. I'm gonna do what Isaiah made. So, length of your thumb. And then he turned it. Turn it.
Oh my God, this is low.
That was a really good crown.
I made a mutated version. This color. What you mean?
Like literally take all, not all, but some of the
Mutated version. This color.
from all sides.
Yeah, that's fine.
Some paint, put it in
All right, so there's my example. All right, we're done, right?
You can't use that
So we
one.
just
It's already
practice
one
on-
everywhere.
You want to do more of these?
I was just practicing on my.
Put some paint over
Yeah.
it.
So if you have one that starts in the center and goes out like an explosion, and then this one, it should overlap, then you're ready to move on.
Take the paint brush. But dip it in the thingy and you put it in the middle
This good?
of your paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Compare it with my example on the board.
You gotta blow hard.
You gotta understand.
That's them brush not going nowhere.
How's this good?
Harder.
How's
That
this?
happens to me too.
No, yeah, like.
All right.
Abstract work, just like my stuff. You gotta blow through the center.
Elijah, Mr. Clean. You do that way at the end, because I'm sure you're gonna get more ink on there. Just because the table's clean doesn't mean that you're gonna have some good artwork. This is, you're supposed to make a mess with this. Okay, the next page. I think this is gonna end up to be a 1, 2, 3,
Number 8.
4,
That's
5,
next.
This is 9.
Yes. Cause
All right,
we did 1, 2.
9. Yeah, 5 textures with brush. So remember we made textures with the skewer? Now we're making textures with the brush. Splatters.
How many splatters you need? Alright, just know.
Oh, okay, so look, they need to, remember I said they need to overlap. Look.
Like this?
This is number 9.
Yeah, they need to overlap. Can you just show him really quickly how you did that?
Hey.
Oh, okay. So this page 9 is a 2-pager. Page 9 is a 2-pager. Okay? The first one all right, is splatters. Okay, so let me show you what not to do, okay? Well, let me show you what to do and what not to do, okay? I hope everybody watching this direction.
Of this? Utilities?
No, just one. All right, splatters. So make sure your brush is down. If you do this and flick it, what do you think might happen?
All over the place.
No, and then people in front of you and your work, right? So you want to have it go down.
Are we using just pure ink or?
It doesn't matter. I'm actually doing a couple of different values. Okay, so you're just flicking it. Let's see what happens if you, yeah, you can't do that. Splashes. You know what's really cool is if you might, some of you guys might want to use this for your project.
Hey.
We do that with the, the rooted ink or the regular ink?
I don't know, actually, I'm doing it.
So let's say I have a triangle. Can you put the triangle down? And then just ink with some water. You don't want to do pure ink.
No, dilute.
Yeah, dilute it, yeah. So remember this, you can use this for your project. Ooh, I'm making a mess over here. And then you lift this up, and then you have a... I set this for an hour. There we go. Do you see my triangle? Yeah. So I just cut out a triangle and then put it here.
Oh, now we're making shapes?
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying this is something that you can do. All right, so that's my first one. Not two. First, splatter. So everybody do the splatter? All right. Now, while your finger is still dirty, what you're going to do is just get some ink. And you're going to see what kind of patterns you can make with your fingerprint.
I got another one with it.
Yes, on the same page.
Indian, what we doing? I can't see. Your picture,
Use the same finger that you used to flick. Your finger's dirty anyway. Might as well do some ink. I like the ones where there's fingerprints on here. So what you might want to do is instead of going straight to here, see what you can do. Oh, look at that. You can do this kind of a thing.
Wait, so we put fingerprints around it?
Yeah, make a design with your fingerprint. You can make it look like a comet. Comet? Is that what it is? With that thing that flies around? So you can do fingerprint, you can drag your fingerprint and then see what kind of shape it makes. Looks like fire actually, if you look at it like this. Isaiah, are you done?
How many values do you have?
You're not doing different values, just creating some kind of a pattern, design or pattern. Done? Okay. All right. Next, mine's going to end up to me like a 3-pager. Just make sure you have the page numbers. I'll give you some time to put your page numbers. All right. After the fingerprint, okay, the dry brush technique. Okay. So I'm going to put this to the side. That's interesting. If you kept doing that, right? Like made different layers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that might be interesting. Maybe for later, not for this one. Maybe if you have time. Okay. Dry brush technique is where you get your brush. Okay, make sure you do a good job wiping it. Now, you also need to wipe this on the towel too, or the rag, watch, because it needs to be a dry brush. And then you're going to fan it out a little bit, and you're going to create, this is the dry brush lines. You can create different textures. Let me try to use pure ink.
What did you use the first time? You just used water?
Yeah, just watered down. Yeah, you guys can't really see that one, so. I'm going to fan it out just a little bit. So this is the dry brush technique where you have it doesn't matter. If you can fit it on one paper, great. If you can't, then you just, because you're going to number your pages anyway. Doesn't this look like hair?
Hey, what are we doing?
I'll do it again. So get ink. To make sure you swipe it. If your ink is a little bit, do you see how I'm creating different values? Okay. Swipe your brush, definitely. This is not going to work if you have too much ink on your brush. That's why it's called dry brush technique. And then you want to wipe it up a little bit. Spread the brush out a little bit like this. And then you should be able to make now, see if you can try to make this weaving technique here. You see how I'm alternating? So it looks like it's a weaving basket. I want everyone to try this. Lanye, Tanae, Tatiana, can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, we trying to see what
I'll make a bigger weave here.
how many of those we supposed to have?
Here, I'll just make a big one where you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to spread it out more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. You have too much ink on your brush then. 3, 4. That's it. Just 4 across, 4 down. You can make a weave. You can also, I want you to try this. There's just lots of patterns you can make.
What number is this?
I don't have the numbers memorized. Look at the paper. We're doing 5 different textures with brush. We did 5 different textures with the stick, right? Now this is a 5 different textures. Oh, look at this texture. Try to make this.
And you make it brush off.
Okay, so once you get ink, okay, the second thing is you gotta wipe it down, right? Because it's dry. And then look. And then I'm just spreading it out like this.
So I'm making different textures with the brush, and that is the assignment. Right, Ms. Chung?
This is a dry brush. I'm just giving everybody different choices. And then, yes. And then wet on wet is the next one. So here's my dry brush, many different choices here. Definitely try the weave. Then try this one. I want to see some cool designs. Try to make something more different than mine. Who's struggling with this dry brush technique?
Me.
Okay, it means that you have too much ink on your brush. Okay, so what you need to do, can you bring your example? Let's see what the issue is. Bring your brush. Oh, fine, never mind. It's okay. Just come. No, it's, what's the problem? You're doing it here and here.
I'm just trying to do that.
Oh, the weave thing?
Yes.
Okay, you have too much brush ink on your brush. So what you do, yeah. So, I mean, how did you get this texture?
I just.
Yeah, you have too much ink on your brush. Look, if I do this, right, and I just wipe, right, and I'm still doing this, right, but do you see I have too much ink on my brush? So even if I fan it, okay, maybe you didn't fan it enough. You need to fan it like this, and then you should be able to make your lens.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to, like, pinch it like this.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you have too much ink on your, like, look, even if you fan it, do you see how it goes back?
Yeah.
It just means that you have too much.
Thank you.
Okay, so
You're fine. You did it right here. You're good. Is there a particular design you want to make?
Can you touch the screen? Okay,
My hand's all right. Madam, this is what I came up with.
Oh, you have too much ink on your brush. Or you didn't fan it like this. Look, if you put too much ink on your brush and you still fan it, do you see how it goes back because my brush is too wet? So I need to wipe it down first. And then I fan it, and if it stays that way, then that means that that's the right consistency.
You just made right now.
This, I mean, I've been doing this for like the past like 10 minutes. What have you been watching?
I was watching. This is you don't look like.
What have you?
what
You're
I
like right here. What are you? What are you
I was
watching?
looking at you. It just don't look like what I've tried to make.
Right. You had two. Maybe you didn't fan it enough like this.
Okay.
All right. The next one is wet on wet. This one's really fun too.
Can you give us time to please finish these things? Right? We don't know what. Like I don't even know what.
I don't know. I'm looking at Isaiah and he's done. So I'm like, okay, Isaiah, can you go help your fellow classmates? Go, just walk or see what they're working on. Who needs help?
Me.
Tanae, what are you looking at? No, you're not. You're looking at that paper. What is that paper? Oh, you're studying it. Let's study. Are you done with this? You're done.
Oh, I know what I want to try to make. Freaking, I forgot what it's called.
They look like little birds, but they're cute. That's me. Oh, I want to try to make one. Okay, so can you try to like, I mean, it's interesting. Like, can you try to make one that's a little bit more? No, right on top. Don't get another piece. Oh, right on that. You're done. Okay. All right. Good. That's good. You'll get your points. Okay, let's go.
Who?
Let's move on.
Who getting that point?
You.
Ah, first. Okay.
All right. I need another piece of paper. Sorry, I'm gonna. All right, wet on wet technique here. Dry brush. Dry brush. No, you don't. I'm just doing so many demos because people don't watch them when they're supposed to. All right, so you need to get this one. You don't start out with ink. You start out with pure water. It's okay if your water's a little dirty. Just get pure water. Mine's probably really dirty because I didn't change it since first period, so, or the other class.
I'm an artist.
All right, so you need pure water, and then ink. And it helps the first time around to have pure ink ready to go. But if you don't, it's okay if it's medium value. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so look. You're going to make different shapes with this. So first of all, okay, see if you could make a circle. Lots of water. Yeah, and you see how I just made that circle and it doesn't go outside the circle because the other areas are not wet. I'm going to make different shapes now. See if I can make thick to thin lines. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try to make a big swirl with this. Big swoosh. Let's see what happens if I do a big swoosh. You see how I made a curved line with my water? So I ended up with a curved shape. So try to see if you can do a straight line thick to thick. Make a circle, make a little loopy thing. I'm going to try a heart shape now. Woo, that's really spreading. Okay, now I'm going to make a heart shape with a hole in it. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's accidentally splattered. I added a little too much ink. So this is what happens if you add too much ink, then it just becomes like a black. Yeah, I'm going to try to make one that's prettier. Yeah, you need to make sure you have enough water.
Why is it not spreading out?
Yeah, what she said. All right, so there's my... What are some other shapes? Tell me other shapes I can try to make. I'll do a number 6 for 6th period. You guys do your name. You can do your name. The first letter of your name. K for king. KCP. I'll do KCP. K.
How many shapes?
Oh, at least 3 different types of shapes. I'm just doing a lot here. K. C. It'll dry by the end of the period. This is something we definitely don't want to do at the end of the period. CP. All right, here's my KCP. How are these turning out? Yours turning out good? You really can't mess up on this unless if you don't have enough water, then it's not gonna work. But beautiful. Can you help him? He's still not putting enough water on this. Okay, good.
You know what? I'll stop pouring water. Come on, do this. I got an hour. I would just
Not coming
one
out
foot
right
on
away.
paper.
Oh, because you put, so remember I told you that heart right there? It's way too much.
Happiness.
Yeah, so if you have too much ink, do you see this?
Yeah.
It's turned solid black.
That's
But,
what I was thinking.
yeah, so that's okay, just do another one.
Me too, man, bogey. What I'm doing wrong. But I'm trying to.
Maybe you need here. Where's your pure ink? Oh, you're supposed to have pure ink. Where's your pure ink? That's it? Okay, so low.
I'm out of that.
Like, she has to get it perfect, but that's easy.
Inside.
Or maybe she needs to move here, I don't know what.
You see what is your name? What the? His last name, right? We got it somewhere. This is good enough?
That was the last one?
It's good. This is for
It's decent, but let me show you how it can be improved. You don't have, oh, do you have pure ink?
That was funny.
It's too much. This is class about the end. They had 11:03, right? It's 11:01.
What time is it?
11:01.
Pure ink? This one?
She went to
All right, so obviously this is not gonna dry. Let's see, 11:03. Wait, 11:03? What time do we get out of here?
11:03.
That's like in 2 minutes. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, we never really.
Oh my god.
How could you?
What happened?
We got some missing the minutes. I'm gonna be so late for like.
All right. Put your name on the wet pages. Look, this is where you're gonna put it. And put it over here. I'm gonna put the dry erase back out.
Was this number 10? The last one, number 10?
Bring your wet pages up here right now.
Ain't no way we
Bring
got
your wet pages over here. Right now.
Who has lunch next period?
Me.
Can you pick up all the web pages from your table? And help your,
So how does this one go? What did we just say?
Bring all your,
Okay, we did.
anybody else? Nobody else has web pages?
I got paid.
Nobody?
I got paid.
You got a wet paper left on the bed. What's your name on it? Take it.
Anybody else? Put that away. Going away.
Good look, give it back. Mine is there. Is that yours? But right there.
Oh, you right here, you got one table? Oh, good looking,
I think I wrote mine in there. You think I did?
Why would you do that?
Actually did.
I don't even see your dog. So like, when did, like, when did we do that? Like, where did we put this? Not knowing at all. That's very bad.